All right. We are live, guys. It is 8/7, I believe. 8/7. Yeah. 8/7/2020. It is a Friday night, and we are live to talk about everything you need to know about our upcoming Scream fan film, He Knows Your Name, directed and written by myself, and starring a bunch of people that we are going to talk about in this video. Now, guys, this is going to be a lot of information. This is the information that I have posted over the past few months about this project, and we're going to go through some things before we get into chat questions and stuff like that. And let's just look at the chat really quick. We have Heather here. What up, Heather? We have Green Arrow. Robert. What up, Green Arrow? And as you can see in the background, I got my fish tank up in order again, and floating around in there, swimming right towards us actually, is Milton. And Jeff is in here somewhere. He is on the side of one of the castles on the inside. So Jeff is a snail. He is in there as well. Oh, we got Mike in here, Golden Scissors Productions. What up? We're going to have a nice, I think, hour and a half here, if the internet is good to me, to talk about our project. So at the bottom here, first thing we're going to talk about, Indiegogo, 8/15/2020, back us for a Scream. We have that down here. It will be in the bottom of the video the entire time, but if we don't see that, that's not what I wanted to show you. We're going to show you that later. Oh, where did it go? I wanted to put the... See, I lose everything when, that's not it either. Where is it? That's not it. I'll find it when we get there. I should have renamed a lot of these things before we got there. But, now I know what that is. I'm going to rename that really quick. Now I know what that is. Okay. So, a couple of things that we're going to go through before we get into the actual everything that you need to know is we are going to drop the teaser trailer. We're going to listen to the cover of Red Right Hand again by our amazing composer, Stephen Arthur. We're going to listen to that one more time. And considering how many people come in here as we're going, we're going to listen to it maybe a couple times. It depends on if people want to listen to it or not. But the first thing we're going to jump into is the teaser trailer for our film. So, if you guys are ready, you should be able to hear it. If you can hear it, let me know in the comments. Not the comments, but in the chat if you can hear the teaser trailer. So, this will just be the test. Just let me know yes in the chat if you can hear the teaser trailer. Just let me know yes. Just type yes if you can hear the teaser.
If you want me to know your name, back us for a Scream.
Okay, guys, I don't know about you, but I get chills every time I hear that. I'm just saying. I get chills. Cheers. I get chills. They're multiplying. I love Grease. Who doesn't love Grease? Grease is amazing. I might watch Grease once I get done with this tonight. I don't know. Maybe. I have it somewhere. Somewhere I have Grease. There it is. Yeah, I have it. We're doing it live, guys. We're doing it live. I have Grease. That's right. The collecting days are real. I have Grease. Come at me, bro. I love that movie. Anyway, that was our teaser trailer for He Knows Your Name, upcoming Scream fan film directed by myself. So, I don't know about you guys, but I get chills every time I hear that, every time I see it, and it just makes me want to move forward with the project even more. And if you guys knew what I did to make that teaser, which I will divulge the information eventually about how I made that, you guys would be happy about it as well. So, the next thing we're going to do is listen to Red Right Hand. Yeah, that's right. We're going to listen to Red Right Hand one more time. Our punk cover done by our composer, Stephen Arthur, the man. So, here we go. You guys loved it the last time. I'm sure you'll love it again. But just give me a yes in the chat if you can hear Red Right Hand. In 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Take a little walk to the edge of town and go across the tracks, where the viaduct looms like a boat of doom as it shifts and cracks, where secrets lie in the border fires and the roaming wires. Hey man, you know you're never coming back. Past the square, past the bridge, past the mills, past the stacks. On a gathering storm comes a tumble. It's a man in a dusty black coat with the red right hand.
And you know what, guys? It's so nice. We got to hear it twice. Let's do it one more time.
Take a little walk to the edge of town and go across the tracks, where the viaduct looms like a boat of doom as it shifts and cracks, where secrets lie in the border fires and the roaming wires. Hey man, you know you're never coming back. Past the square, past the bridge, past the mills, past the stacks. On a gathering storm comes a tumble. It's a man in a dusty black coat with the red right hand.
Okay, so that was the song for our film, and if you can hear the phone in the background, I very much apologize. It is ringing right now. But that is our song, Red Right Hand, our cover that will be in the film. I cannot tell you where it will be in the film or how it will be portrayed, but it will be in the film. And I'm going to try to do something special for it after the film. Oh, did I say that loud? I think I did. Anyway, what we're going to do now is show you the synopsis, the new synopsis for He Knows Your Name. I finally found what I wanted to show you at the beginning before we dropped the teaser trailers. So, He Knows Your Name. The sleepy town of Willow Ridge is about to get a wake-up call. Fresh off a breakup with her boyfriend and her parents away, Riley James has planned a girls' weekend with her best friend Hayden. Little do the girls know, they're about to play a deadly game with a black-robed killer they won't soon forget. It's very chilling, in my opinion, guys. I love it. I think it's cool. Willow Ridge is our town in our film, and I wanted to do when we decided this happened during one of the drafts. There was a couple different drafts. I believe we're on the 4th draft of the film, and we just decided that branching away from Woodsboro was the best thing to do for the project. So I, took some names. Brooke was involved, Willowbrook. I thought about some things with like River, that kind of thing, Riverton, but I couldn't use Riverton because obviously that's another Wes Craven film, my soul to take. But I decided that I was going to go with something similar to Woodsboro, give us that small town feel, and I thought that Willow Ridge was similar. Gives that woody, small town vibe. So Willow Ridge just seems like, a small town with the sheriff's department, not a very big, maybe 1,000 people, if that, in the town. And I think throughout the Scream franchise, considering how intimate the first movie is, it makes you think it's a small town, but I never got that vibe from the movies. I always got that it was a bigger town until maybe the 4th one. or even the television series, I thought that it was a smaller area. So we really want to go back to that small town, lost in the boonies type of thing. I think it's cool, and I think it adds a lot of suspense to the film to make it in a smaller town, kind of like When a Stranger Calls, either the original or the remake. So now that we have that out of the way, I did want to show you our sheriff's badge. Now, this isn't our sheriff's badge. This is our sheriff's patch that will be on the uniforms of the cops in the movie. So here it is. This is the Willow Ridge Sheriff's Department Protect and Serve. Now, if you noticed, the California state flag is on here. I wanted to keep with the film, locations of having it in California. So the California state flag is on here. And I wanted to go with the blue and yellow, a blue and gold type tone for it. So you can probably tell what color the uniforms are going to be. I'm still in the process of getting the rest of the uniforms and some of the other props that we're going to need for some of the characters. So this is where the Indiegogo comes into effect here. We can't afford any of this stuff without the Indiegogo. So, a couple of things I can buy myself, but the Indiegogo would help us out tremendously with some of this other stuff here. Because, let me tell you something, I didn't know this until recently. A patch is not that cheap. It's not. It was actually more expensive than I thought it was going to be. So, this is the Willow Ridge Sheriff's Department patch that's going to be on the sides of our officers' uniforms. So I just want to put this little detail in here for you guys. So there's that. We also have the Indiegogo logos, which I will talk about that more in depth at the end. But next weekend, the 15th, we will be going live on our Indiegogo campaign. I have the entire next week blocked out to go through and tighten everything and make sure that we have everything ready to go for our Indiegogo campaign. So if you guys are going to back us, I need your support. This is the time you need it. This is the time we need it is this next weekend. So if you're going to back the campaign, just remember that it's next weekend. When it goes live, I'll drop the teaser trailer again, and I'll also drop a link to the Indiegogo campaign. That way you guys can support the project. So now, what we're going to get into is all of the actors and the other members of the production behind the scenes. So the first person that we're going to get into is our lead actress, and that is TAMARA. CHICHIAN is an Armenian American actress born and raised in New York City. From playing the girl next door to a literal demon, she's always up for a challenge. She's always loved watching horror films and is excited to bring Riley's character to life. She enjoys long romantic walks to the fridge and traveling to Chipotle, exotic places like Chipotle. She asked me if she could keep this in here, and I love that she did because it shows the personality that she has. She's very, very sweet, very nice, very smart, and very, very excited for this role. I cannot wait to see what she brings to the character, and I'm kind of want to put their auditions on a Blu-ray, so for you guys to see, because I love their auditions. All of our main actors, their auditions were fantastic. So this is our lead actress, TAMARA. CHICHIAN. I was going for kind of like a shyer girl for the lead, and she has knocked it out of the park in her trailer. Or not her trailer. She knocked it out of the park in her audition. So that is TAMARA. CHICHIAN. Now, the other lady in our cast is ALEXANDREWS. ALEXANDREWS is very excited to bring He Knows Your Name to life. Like Hkyn, she's unafraid to speak her mind, though she does try to have a bit more tact than Hkyn when she does. She's working as a professional actress in New York City for close to 10 years. Favorite roles include Sweetheart in Exit, Pursued by the Bear, the theater project, Carrie in the original work, A Hand Across the Bridge, Planet Connections, and Wonder Woman in the upcoming web series Hope Never Dies, Soul Lens Productions. Alright, Alex Andrews is a ball of energy. She is an amazing actress from what I've seen from her reel. I can't wait to see what she brings to the character of Hkyn. I wrote this character to be exactly what she wrote in her bio. So I can't wait to see this person, this amazing actress, perform in our film. And I can't wait for you guys to see her to perform, because what I've put together for these people, I think they think is special, and what they're going to bring to it is just going to knock your socks off. So that is Alex Andrews. Next up here is our first male character, and that is Andrew Burdette. Alright, we're proud to announce that Andrew Burdette has joined the production of He Knows Your Name to play the role of Dante. Burdette has worked around the country in both film and theater, making an effort to work on as many projects and interesting projects as possible. He recently wrapped production as Hamlet in the feature film Hamlet Horatio, and is currently in post-production on his directorial debut, BRENCE. Guys, Andrew Burdette is a talent. This guy is amazing. And not only is he a great actor, he's an awesome person as well. I got to know him very well over the time of production, pre-production for our film. He's just a great guy. He's very smart. And if you haven't seen anything from BRENCE, you need to check it out on Instagram. It looks really good. I can't wait to see it. And I can't wait to make this film with him. I really can't. Because, guys, I'm telling you, this guy's a future star. I really think he's going to be a big actor one day. I really, really do. And I'm proud to have him in my film. I am proud to have him in He Knows Your Name as Dante, because I think this guy is going to be a star. So that is Andrew Burdette. And finally here with our cast, we have Edward Brence. Edward Brence is a New York-based actor originally from Columbia, Maryland. Having developed an avid interest in the arts at a young age, Edward pursued the visual and musical arts during his formative years before discovering his passion for acting. Since then, he has gone to perform in numerous productions on stage and in front of the camera. He's earned an MFA in acting from the prestigious Actors Studio Drama School at Pace. Sorry, this is a little small lettering for me. University, and a BA in Theater Studies with a minor in Film and Media Studies from St. Mary's College of Maryland. He continues to hone his craft, striving to bring absolute truth to every role he undertakes. Now, Edward is a great actor. I've seen his reel as well. One of the big reasons why I chose him for his role of Officer Campbell, he has a very commanding presence when he's on film, because not only does he have a deeper voice, but he's a taller guy as well, and he just has that presence that I was looking for an officer of the law. So, guys, I can't wait for you to see Edward perform, as well as everyone else that I mentioned that will be in the acting roles in the film. Oh, no, there's Andrew again. I didn't mean to do that. There's me. So next up, we're going to get into the technical side of the filmmaking. You saw all of the actors that are going to be in the film. Let's talk about the crew behind the camera. So first up is Matt Leal. He will be the cinematographer for our film. LA-based director-cinematographer Matt Leal has joined the crew of He Knows Your Name to shoot our film. Leal has had a love of collection and consuming horror movies as far back as he can remember. Working as a cinematographer and director, He's been fortunate to shoot and work with such great talents in horror such as Kansas Bowling, Once Upon a Time in Mexico, Once Upon a Time in Mexico, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Sorry, guys. Let me read that again. Working as a cinematographer and director, he has been fortunate to shoot and work with such great talents in the horror genre such as Kansas Bowling, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Lou Temple, The Walking Dead, Brink Stevens' Slumber Party Massacre, and this summer he is shooting Dustin Ferguson's Hell of the Screaming Undead, starring Clint Howard. He hopes to bring He Knows Your Name to life and do it justice for all Scream fans. And I believe him when he says that. So this is Matt LEAL, who will be our cinematographer for the film. I've seen his cinematography reel as well. He's got so many crisp, clean shots, and guys, I can't wait to see for you guys to see what he can do, because we've had some talks about some things that we want to do for the film, and we want to go big or go home. So I can't wait for you guys to see what Matt's going to bring to the project as our cinematographer. So on to another Matt after Matt LEAL is Matt FESTLE. Now let's do a small story about Matt FESTLE. Matt and I have went back years now. Back when I started my YouTube channel, he was there as well on the Flick Fanatics channel, and he and I have become pretty good friends over the years, and it's kind of cool for us to work on a film together, this being my first film, and he being involved as well. But he lives out in California, and he is a sound engineer. So Matt FESTLE is a sound designer from Chicago, Illinois. He studied at Columbia College, Chicago, graduating with a Cinema Arts plus Science BA with a focus in sound for film and television. Since 2017, he's been working in both production audio and post-production audio for film and TV in LA, constantly growing and aiming to master his craft. He Knows Your Name is an exciting project for FESTLE to be a part of as a lover of horror films, and Scream being an absolute favorite. The approach and possibilities for this design will be the best challenge. So that is Matt FESTLE. And guys, I've heard his sound. I've heard his sound reel. And I can't wait for you guys to see what he can bring to the project, because his sounds are actually really bassy and really intense, and that's kind of what you need to go for a Scream film. So I think FESTLE's going to knock it out of the park. My boy's going to do this thing. We're going to go hard together. That didn't sound right, but anyway, that's Matt FESTLE. So next up is a man that we have talked about several times throughout these last couple videos, and that is our boy Stephen Arthur. Now, I understand these are a little small, a little too big for the camera, but I didn't want to get any of the other text in the background. Let me take a drink here really quick before we talk about Stephen. For the 500th time, Stephen Arthur. We are proud to announce that musician Stephen Arthur has joined the crew of He Knows Your Name to score the film. Arthur has a deep love for the horror genre and has composed several pieces for horror-related YouTube channels. Arthur is excited to bring a special brand of atmospheric sound to this project. So, that is Stephen Arthur, and yes, everything that is said in that blurb about him is true. He's worked with several YouTubers on different music for their pages. Most notably would be Sinister Cinema Reviews, Jason. He's done 2 songs for Jason, Monster Monday and Slasher Sunday. Shout out to Jason, because if you haven't checked him out, he is probably the biggest encyclopedia of horror I've ever met in my entire life. He knows more about horror than anybody that I know. Great guy. And Steven did music for 2 of his shows, and it's very similar to what you heard in our teaser trailer. Not only that, he's done our teaser trailer, the music for our teaser trailer, and he did the music for the Red Right Hand. Steven is great, and I really want him on here so we can talk about this together, because I just want you to hear how passionate he is as a composer about music. Or about music. Yes, about music, but about horror as well, because he really is extremely passionate about horror. So, we have one more person to talk about here. It's going to be a little bit funny. Just give me a break here because, well, as soon as you see who it is, it's myself. Because I have no one else to announce this stuff for me. But this is writer-director Zachary L. MULL, myself. He Knows Your Name writer-director Zachary L. MULL has always been a lover of film, particularly the horror genre. As a small child, he has always wanted to be a part of the genre that taught him about filmmaking. After several years of screenwriting, YouTube editing, and self-taught directing techniques, MULL is ready to take his love of horror to the next level. So that is myself, the writer-director, Zachary L. MULL. Alright, guys. So far, that is what we have. That is our teaser trailer, some of the music that you're going to hear in the film, some of the props with the patch that you saw there, the main cast for the film, our cinematographer Matt LEAL, our sound designer in Matt FESTLE, our composer in Stephen Arthur, our cast with TAMARA, CHICHIAN, ALEXANDREWS, Andrew BURDETTE, Edward BRENCE, and there are actual other characters coming, other actors coming. I'm still working on a couple other things to get a couple more people cast in the film. They're not that big roles, but they do need to be cast, so look forward to those updates. But that's pretty much everything that you need to know at this point. So at this point, if there are people watching, let me go into the YouTube page here just to see if there's some people watching here, because I'm going to open the floor to questions very soon. So let me check over here at Cavern of Terror. I'm live right now. 5 people watching. Yep, you're still here, Robert. What up? So soon I will open up for questions. But next up, actually, as I'm going through the Indiegogo things here, just go ahead and list your questions in the chat. There's a few people watching, so if you have any questions, just list them in the chat here while I go through the Indiegogo. So as you know, from the last video that we did, Indiegogo, it's huge. Indiegogo is how we're going to fund our production for the most part, and that's what we have to do with a lot of fan films. Is we have to go through Indiegogo to get most of our budget, if not all of our budget in some cases. So on the 15th of this month, which is next weekend, the 15th, our Indiegogo will go live for He Knows Your Name. Now, if you've backed other projects before, you know kind of what to expect from an Indiegogo, what the tiers are going to be. And we have some pretty flexible tiers, I'm not going to lie. There are some bigger ones for some people that have a little bit more cash to burn. But they are good tiers. You know, you're going to get your money's worth from those bigger tiers. But we have smaller tiers as well, which is actually what most people go for. And as Dave McRae and other people have said in their videos, it's actually the smaller tiers that really make a project. You know, if enough people buy, you know, a $5 tier, a $10 tier, a $15 tier, then, you know, those people are the people that back the project for the majority. You know, we have the bigger tiers, you know, obviously to make chunk production budget, but then we also have the smaller tiers, you know, to have multiple people come in and, you know, get their names listed in the credits, buy a Blu-ray, buy a DVD, that kind of thing. And then if you don't have the money, or if you have already purchased a perk, then, and if you don't want another one, say you already got a $10 perk and you got everything that comes with it, but you want to contribute to the campaign again, there will be an option on the Indiegogo page to just donate to the project. It should be the very last option, as a couple of people have said in their videos, it will be, and I've checked on the Indiegogo page myself, that it will be the very last option. You can go in there and you can donate to the project. Say you have a couple dollars and you want to donate it to the project, you can donate that way. So, like I said, ours will be similar to The Never Hike Alone, The Never Hike in the Snow, Dylan's New Nightmare, It's Me, Billy. It'll be similar to those campaigns because we all kind of try to follow the same format, sort of. Just, it helps everybody out. I think it's very much a team effort in these projects to try to, learn from each other. And I've been gleaming from a lot of different projects. I'm not going to lie about it because, I'm green to this. I'm new to this, and I wanted to make the best possible thing for our best possible Indiegogo for our film. I've raised my production value with using OBS for the live streams, so to present a cleaner, more high production value video for you guys. I have a 1080p HD webcam that I'm using for this. And that's what I want to do for our film. And we actually did have a question come through here from Heather. What up, Heather? Are all the names of your characters in He Knows Your Name Scream related in some way? Well, this I can answer. Yeah, just to let you guys know, there will be some questions that I might not be able to answer directly, but this one I can. Riley, obviously, is a play off of Tatum and Dewey from the original films. Now, I know that there was a character named Riley in the Scream television series, but she's not based on that character. She was a side character, but this had no semblance, I think that's a word, to that character. But yes, Riley, and her last name, James, is actually a callback to I Know What You Did Last Summer, which was also written by Kevin Williamson. So we also have Hayden, which is should be pretty obvious, is Hayden Panettiere from Scream 4. And then we have Officer Campbell, Nev Campbell. And then we have Dante, which is a little bit harder to peg, because if you're pegging if you're going through the franchise, you actually have to go through the list of directors that were went to or approached to direct the original film, and Joe Dante was one of them. Joe Dante is one of my favorite directors. We'll just pull out this right here, The Howling, my favorite werewolf movie. So that's another thing for me there, The Howling. But there's also a callback to the production of the original Scream. So all of the characters have some kind of resemblance, or I don't know if that's a word or not, resemblance to the franchise. So that is actually a good question, Heather. So if you have any other questions, fire them my way. I've been talking forever. Heather says Dante was the one I could not place. Yes, that is a deep cut there. Dante was the one. Yeah, Dante. That's a deep cut there for the people that followed the production and looked at all the IMDb notes to know like who auditioned for roles like that. David Arquette was actually approached to be Billy in the original. I didn't even know that until I looked at the IMDb. Ben Affleck was involved at one point. There's a lot of things there that you'd find on the IMDb page that you wouldn't see anywhere else. So Green Arrow Robert has a question. Will this movie poke fun at pop cultural references? Well, it wouldn't be Scream if it didn't. But I can't tell you what they are. But it will happen. So, yeah, guys, this is exciting. We are a week away from our Indiegogo. Guys, this has been a long time coming for this project. We've been through some windfalls here. We've been through some ups and downs with being shut down and having to change the script in certain areas. And I'll be upfront about it. You know, we did have to change some things due to Fun World coming in and being involved with the process, kind of. So we did have to change some things with the script, but I'm very passionate about the new script that we have. I think it's going to be a really, really good film, just from a script standpoint. And I know that's a big thing to say, and I am the director, so I am going to be really proud of it. And I am the writer, so I am going to be really proud of it. But I think we're putting together something pretty special, guys. And the only way that we're going to make that happen is if we raise the budget on our Indiegogo campaign. Now, I did mention in the last video, we're looking for $10,000. $10,000 is actually relatively small for an Indiegogo campaign. But when I was putting together the Indiegogo, me and, I'll say Matt, LEAL, we were talking about the budget. And there's some things that we can accomplish on a smaller budget. It doesn't have to be a $40 or $50,000 budget to accomplish most of the things that we want to accomplish for this film. So we're going relatively modest with the budget. So aside from the smaller budget of $10,000 and the the backer support with the smaller tiers, I think we can do this. We just have to make sure that this gets shared around. Make sure you should tell people about this project. I've been doing the best I can with all the Facebook groups and Twitter, Instagram posts that I've done about our film. I'm planning on doing a press release for He Knows Your Name. I'm also listed on Scream Trilogy, which I need to talk to them again about posting about our Indiegogo campaign. But yeah, we just need to get the word of mouth out there. That's the thing about our project, is, I'll say it, out of all of the fan films out there right now, I think ours is the most low-key out of all of them. I know a lot of people know about our film, but I still feel like we're kind of in the background, and that's okay. I'm not throwing shade at anybody. I'm just saying that, speak your mind. If you want our project to be out there in the pop culture, speak your mind about it. Tell people about it. Be like, hey, there's this fan film out here as well that I think is going to knock people's socks off. So, support the project if you want to support the project. Green Arrow has another question here. Will this movie have some callback lines like the original Scream movies did, but this movie will be its own thing? Sort of. It will have some famous lines, I can say that, but this is more of its own thing. So if that answers the question, I hope it does. It's with the guidelines that we have for our film, a lot of things had to change in our script. I'm going to try to be as vague as possible here until after our film is released, if it's made, because obviously we're depending on the Indiegogo to get our film made. There's certain obstacles we had to leap over to make He Knows Your Name. The script had to be tweaked a few times for a reason. So I'm confident with the script that we have right now, and I think it pays close homage to the films as close as we can with what we have to work with, if that makes sense. But as I'm saying about the Indiegogo, if you guys are going to support, next week is the time to do it. After the Indiegogo goes live, I will be continuing to do our streams on the project. I'm going to try to get the cast on here to talk to you guys about their roles. I'm going to try to get our cinematographer, our sound guy, Steven. I'm going to try to get everybody on here to talk about our project with you. I think it's going to be a fun time, and I think it'll be cool for you guys to see, from their perspective of, what we're doing with our project. I actually have a meeting set up with our cast next Thursday, just to touch base with everybody, see how they feel about the new script, and really go from there. I want to try to get our table reads done very soon. We were trying to track for a November shoot date, but I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. So it will probably be early next year when we film, which is fine because I get 3 weeks of vacation next year, I believe. So I just need to make sure that everybody's still ready to go next year. And I'm pretty sure everybody will be ready to go next year, considering how slow acting projects are right now. I'm ready to go. Just unfortunately, just like Dave said in his videos, we're sort of all waiting in a holding pattern for when we can actually get this going. So once we start making the money in the Indiegogo, that's a great thing. We'll have the money at that point. We'll have our backing to do the project. Then we'll just be in sort of a holding pattern as to when we can move forward and start filming and all of that process. So Green Arrow also says, I hope there's some money shot kills in this movie. I hope there are too. The things that we have planned for this are pretty cool. I shot this, well, I didn't shoot this because I haven't shot anything yet. I wrote this to kind of, feel like it's part of the Scream franchise, obviously, because it's a fan film of Scream. If it didn't feel like Scream, then it would be another thing. But I wrote this to, pay homage to those films, be in that world. So it's going to have a Scream feel. And there are a couple sensational moments, I'll say, in the script. They might not be what you want, but that's what worked for the film. That's what worked in that moment, was what I wrote in that scene. So you might not like it. There will be people out here that won't like He Knows Your Name, okay? There will be people out here that will love it. Just like Dave says, just like Cecil says, just like Vince says. There are people out there that will not like the project. It's just how it is. There are people out there that say, "Why are you doing Scream? This movie fucking sucks. It's terrible." It's okay. It's all about criticism. Criticism is all that it's about, and positive or negative. You can give me great positives, but you can also give me negatives as well. I need the negatives. I need to know what to fix when I do my next project. So, as far as the kills go, there are some sensational moments. I can say that. What about my own vision? Robert says, in your own vision. Well, this is my own vision. This is what I see the franchise becoming. This is because Scream is a metamorphosis. It evolves over time. If you look at all of the films, they all evolve to something bigger. As technology changes, the film changes. As horror changes, Scream changes. And I think we got something really cool coming for you guys with our story, because I'm very much a story in character when I write. Because the main building blocks of a film is your story, is your characters. Because if you don't care about the story and if you don't care about the characters, you might as well not make a movie. Because that is the most important part to me. I've seen movies that are just about the kills, and I'm never interested. I always care about the characters first. characters and story first, and then the kills. You know, that's why it's all a team effort. When you're bringing in people to do your project, you know, you want the best person. Radio Silence said this the best in their video, which it's kind of cool that we're going back to Radio Silence because Radio Silence is doing Scream 5. Radio Silence said this best when they were working on Ready or Not, was that they know that they're not the best at everything. They know that, you know, they're really good at one thing. And these are guys that started out working on everything themselves. Go back to VHS, go back to Devil's Due, and watch those films that they were doing one thing and they had other people come in. Or no, in those movies, they were doing their own thing. Well, Devil's Due was a studio project, but more VHS. They were doing everything. Now, if you go into a film, excuse me, like Devil's Due or Ready or Not, they have people coming in that are the best at their craft, doing their craft. So they have cinematographers coming in. They have special effects artists coming in. They have actors, because obviously in their VHS segment, they played all the characters. But they have people coming in and being the best at those general fields, and they can focus on the directing. So I can focus on the directing and writing, and I have people that will go and take care of the, you know, the sound. Obviously, Matt is very good at his job. He's amazing at his job. He will go in and do the sound. I'm not going to pretend that I know everything about sound, because I don't. Matt LEAL is there to help me set up shots and do the lighting. He knows what he's doing in that department. I know some things. I'm not as good as him. That's why he's here. That's why I'm not shooting it. That's why he is. I have, you know, Stephen Arthur coming in to do the music. I, you know, play a little bit of music as well, but I'm nowhere near as talented as him. So it's, as you see where I'm going here, it's all a community effort. It's all a team effort to make a film. And that's where I'm going with He Knows Your Name. I went on a huge tangent there, but hopelessly, hopefully you guys get what I meant there. The camera keeps moving around because I keep hitting the desk. I've been talking forever. Like I said, guys, there will be more He Knows Your Name talks here about our project over the next few weeks. Well, a few months probably. We're gonna have 2 months of Indiegogo. We're doing the full 60 days for our Indiegogo. So we're gonna have a few videos. Unfortunately, you can't contribute to our campaign through YouTube because I don't have enough subscribers to do super chats. So we're gonna have to find another way to bring in money outside of the Indiegogo. So unfortunately, you can't give me super chats through here. I should have been trying to build the YouTube as well, and that's something that I fell back on. But unfortunately, you can't contribute here, but you can definitely contribute by sharing things around. You can contribute by contributing to the Indiegogo page. You can contribute by, sharing things on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Even if you want to do a reaction to our trailer for a film, you can do that on YouTube. But yes, there'll be other videos as well. I'm planning on doing some longer videos talking about the project, taking questions from everyone, possibly watching the Scream films again with more people involved. I think that's what we need to do to get this out there a little bit more. As I said, I want to do live videos with members of the production because I want you to see their side of the story as well. But let me just check the chat here one more time. So if there's any more questions, feel free to ask me some questions. I think we'll go for another 10 minutes probably. Make this an hour and 10. There are a lot of people going live tonight. I have my phone right next to me, so I see a lot of people going live. But just remember, guys, 8/15, 2020, we will go live for our Indiegogo. So let's just go through some of the stuff here again as more questions come through, if they do. We'll go through and listen to the song, watch the teaser again, and I'll go through all of the people that are in the project. So that will should bring us to the end of the video. So we'll start here with the teaser one more time. So in 3, 2, 1, we're going to watch the teaser one more time. In 3, 2, 1, let's go.
If you want me to know your name, back us for a scream.
So that was the He Knows Your Name teaser trailer. Just one more time. And you can find that on my Cavern of Terror YouTube page if you want to share that video around, or if you want to do a reaction to the He Knows Your Name teaser trailer. Just make sure that you share the video around. Now, let's listen to Red Right Hand in 3, 2, 1, written by our composer, Stephen Arthur. Let's go.
Take a little walk to the edge of town and go across the tracks, where the viaduct looms like a bird of doom as it shifts and cracks, where secrets lie in the border fires and the roaming wires. Hey man, you know you're never coming back. Past the square, past the bridge, past the mills, past the stacks. On a gathering storm comes a tongue. It's a man in a dusty black coat with the red right hand.
Alright guys, so that was the Red Right Hand, the cover of the original song, Bad Seeds, that will be in our film. I can't tell you where it's going to be or how it's going to be portrayed, but it will be in our film. So let's just go through the actors and our production crew yet again. So first off, we have TAMARA, who will be playing Riley. TAMARA is an Armenian-American actress born and raised in New York City. From playing the girl next door to a literal demon, she's always up for a challenge. She has always loved watching horror movies or horror films and is excited to bring Riley's character to life. She also enjoys long romantic walks to the fridge and traveling to exotic places like Chipotle. So next up is Alex Andrews. Alex Andrews is very excited to bring He Knows Your Name to life. Like Hayden, she is unafraid to speak her mind, though she does try to have a bit more tact than Hayden does. She's worked as a professional actress in New York City for close to 10 years. Favorite past roles include Sweetheart in Exit, Pursued by the Bear, The Theater Project, Carrie in the original work A Hand Across the Bridge, Planet Connections, and Wonder Woman in the upcoming web series Hope Never Dies, Soul Lens Productions. Next up is the talented Andrew Burdette. We're proud to announce that Andrew Burdette has joined the production of He Knows Your Name to play the role of Dante. Burdette has worked across the country in both film and theater, making the effort to work on as many challenging and interesting projects as possible. He recently wrapped production as Hamlet in the feature film Hamlet and Horatio, and is currently in post-production on his directorial debut film, Bruh.mp4. And if you have not checked out Bruh.mp4's trailer, you can check it out on Instagram. Just search Bruh.mp4. It's amazing. So next up we have Edward Brence. Edward Brence is a New York-based actor originally from Columbia, Maryland, having developed an avid interest in the arts as a young age. Edward pursued the visual and musical arts during his formative years before discovering his passion for acting. Since then, he has gone on to perform in numerous productions on stage and in front of the camera. He has earned an MFA in acting from the prestigious Actors Studio Drama School at Pace University and a BA in Theater Studies with a minor in Film and Media Studies from St. Mary's College of Maryland. He continues to hone his craft, striving to bring absolute truth to every role he undertakes. So moving to the technical part of our crew, we have Matt LEAL, who will be the cinematographer. LA-based director, cinematographer Matt LEAL has joined the crew of He Knows Your Name to shoot our film. LEAL has had a love of collection and consuming horror movies as far back as he can remember. Working as a cinematographer and director, he has been fortunate to shoot and work with such great talents in the horror genre, such as Kansas Bowling, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, not Mexico, Lou Temple, The Walking Dead, Brink Stevens, Slumber Party Massacre, and this summer is shooting Dustin Ferguson's Hell of the Screaming Undead, starring Clint Howard. He hopes to help bring He Knows Your Name to life and do justice for all Scream fans. Next up is our sound designer Matt FESTLE. Matt FESTLE was a sound designer from Chicago, Illinois. He studied at Columbia College, Chicago, graduating with a Cinema Arts plus Science BA with a focus of sound for film and TV. Since 2017, he has been working in both production audio and post-production audio for film and TV in LA, constantly growing and aiming to master his craft. He Knows Your Name is an exciting project for FESTLE to be a part of. As a lover of horror films and Scream being an absolute favorite, the approach and possibilities for design will be the best challenge. Then next up, we have our composer, Stephen Arthur. We are proud to announce musician Stephen Arthur has joined the crew of He Knows Your Name to score our film. Arthur has a deep love for the horror genre. It has composed several pieces for horror-related YouTube channels. Arthur is excited to bring his special brand of atmospheric sound to this project. And then, last but not least, is myself, Zachary L. MULL, the writer-director. He Knows Your Name writer-director Zachary L. MULL has always been a lover of film, particularly the horror genre. Since a small child, he always wanted to be a part of the genre that taught him about filmmaking. After several years of screenwriting, YouTube editing, and self-taught directing techniques, MULL is ready to take his love of horror to the next level. Okay, so that is everything, a recap of what we've done. Now, I want to put a video in here to leave you guys with, and it will be the interview that everyone did for our YouTube page. Now, we did an interview video that I'm going to put in here right at the very beginning, and I'm going to play it. I'm going to play the teaser one more time, and then we'll play the music, and then we'll end. So what I'm going to do is play this video of this interview, and then we'll play the teaser, and then the Red Right Hand song, and then I will leave you guys for tonight. Okay? I just need to make sure you guys can hear the sound in the video. So Green Arrow, I know you're still here. I'm going to play this video. Just type a yes in the chat if you can hear the sound in this interview.
Hey, I'm TAMARA and I'm playing Riley in He Knows Your Name.
Hi, my name's Andrew Burdette, and I'm playing the role of Dante in He Knows Your Name.
I'm Alexandrews, and I'm going to be playing Hkyn in He Knows Your Name.
My name is Edward BRENCE, and I will be playing Officer Campbell in He Knows Your Name.
Well, I really enjoy horror movies.
I've always loved watching horror movies.
I used to be so afraid of watching horror movies.
My experience with horror film as a genre, I think goes back to childhood, watching them on television.
I think the Scream movies are definitely a classic. I don't think I know anyone who hasn't seen them. And I remember as a kid, every year a different boy in my class would dress as Ghostface. Like, it was always a big deal.
2 rules about watching horror movies. The first was there had to be a light on somewhere in the vicinity of where we were watching it. And the second was whoever was making me watch the horror movie had to be my cuddle buddy the whole time.
Growing up, I really enjoyed the Scream franchise. Matthew Lillard's performance was incredible.
I've actually, for somebody who doesn't watch a lot of horror movies, actually been in a few of them.
I've actually always wanted to be in a horror film, so when I first saw the casting for He Knows Your Name, I was instantly intrigued.
I felt like it was a dynamic role, well written, and a great concept. I felt that I could bring something to the project.
What attracted me to this project was the director, who seemed like he really cared about this project and wanted to treat it with the care any good film deserves.
I really loved anything about, I was excited that it was set in the Scream universe, something so iconic, and I really wanted to learn more and kind of take a stab at it.
Also, I just enjoy working on horror movies as much as I love watching them. I think it's such an interesting genre to be a part of.
When I saw that it was going to be based on Scream movies, that hooked me even more.
It's always 50-50 working with a first-time director. You have people that are incredible and you have people that don't usually come prepared. But from what I've seen of the director of He Knows Your Name, it seems like he really knows what he's doing and is putting the care into the project.
I've worked with many different people over the course of my professional career.
I think working with a first-time writer-director is going to be a great learning experience for all of us.
I'm really excited. You know, I've spoken with Zach, and he just has such a passion for this genre, for this type of work.
Because it's his first film, I think he's that much more passionate about it, and we're all going to have to work that much harder to make it perfect.
I just think of this project as his love letter to horror films and the horror genre, and I'm really excited that I get to be a part of it and help bring that passion to life in a new way.
I'm very comfortable and excited to work with people who bring something new to the table, especially a first-time writer-director. You're going to have a fresh perspective, and I'm excited to join the team and find out what we can deliver.
I'm really excited to bring Riley's character to life.
What I really hope to do with the character is provide someone who is realistic, knows what he wants, and fits within the world of Scream, but could also exist in a world that wasn't Scream. I hope to create something that exists in a world that's already been built and can stand up on its own.
I'm really excited for the feminist side of this, as weird as it sounds, because from talking with Zach and from looking into the horror genre and some of the tropes and the revered kinds of characters and scenes that there's so much feminist power behind it. I think it's very understated, but it is absolutely there, and I'm really excited to dive into that, with Hkyn especially.
I hope that with this film we can build engagement and share our love of horror films with new audiences.
I believe that I can bring some truth to the role of Officer Campbell, and I'm going to aim to do the character justice and serve the script to the best of my ability. Thank you.
Alright guys, so I had to cut it short there because it actually had the old synopsis in it. So I'm going to have to re-edit that video. But that was the cast interviews for He Knows Your Name. As you can tell, everybody is excited. You got Alex, you got Tamara, you have Edward, you have Andrew. They're all excited for the project. And this was a couple months ago that they shot this interview. So I just wanted to throw that in there for you guys to watch. So now, in closing, we're going to play the Red Right Hand song one more time, and then we're going to play the teaser trailer, and that will be the end of the video because we have hit our 10-minute mark. So until I see you guys in the next video, enjoy the teaser and the song.
Take a little walk to the edge of town and go across the tracks, where the viaduct blooms like a bird of doom as it shifts and cracks, where secrets lie and the border fires and the roaming wires. Hey man, you know you're never coming back. Past the square, past the bridge, past the mills, past the stacks. On a gathering storm comes a tone. It's a man in a dusty black coat with the red right hand.
If you want me to know your name, back us for a